So with that, I'd like to call to the meeting of the Board of Health of March 24th, 2015. So first thing on the agenda is board member reports. Anybody have anything?
Oh, I've got lots.
Okay.
All right, first of all, I spoke with Jim, and we have had some ongoing housing and hoarding issue situations that we basically needed to table over the winter because of all the snow and some of the things going on with the environment. So 261 Goldsmith, we will probably get an update once the snow melts and we see what progress has been made there. That's a hoarding, item, personal object hoarding. And then 15 Crestview with the cleanup on that side, which DEP has been involved with. We will also see if, in fact, he is in compliance and has not brought new items onto the premises once the snow has melted. Other things. I am wondering if the board would be interested in sponsoring, similar to the nutritionist who came to Littleton a year ago, just a course on competencies in public health, Board of Health subject matter, and sanitary and prep, and it only involves in us using a room downstairs and involving possibly some photocopying at the most.
Okay, and
they
who's the
ju-
audience for
they
this?
just- It would be Board of Health, health agents that don't have much training, as such as myself, and things like that. So I was wondering if we would just be willing to, on
And so
paper.
would this be open to other boards of health and?
So this is going to be open to anybody. We're going to advertise it. Because I'm bringing in a speaker, I don't know if you got that in your packet, but I'm bringing in a speaker who apparently is very good. He, Walter Saranac,
Oh, you do it?
Saranecki, yes.
I don't
So
know.
you can read through that.
Oh, you said
If we need to vote on it, fine, we need to vote on it. It wouldn't be till probably the fall or maybe in the spring of next year. But I need to book him ahead of time.
next year, not this year.
The fall or next
Fall
year?
of this year,
All of this year.
this year, or possibly the spring.
Well, there's
Okay.
minimal cost, I wouldn't have
Okay.
any objection
Yeah.
to it. I
Yeah,
think that'd be
okay.
fine.
And then
All right.
we can give an answer next meeting, maybe?
You can vote on it now or whenever you want. The other thing is, I talked to Peter over these past few weeks, and he asked me to bring this up to the board tonight. He said, we're given so much training money a year, we need to think about how we want to use it. And that came off of a conversation that I had with him about a training that I would like to go. It's really a certification, not a training. It is very expensive, in my opinion, but I at least want to talk about it with the board when everyone is here, so we could talk about it when Peter.
Let's wait till Peter gets back.
Yes, till Peter gets back, we could talk about it. I wanted to just say a couple of things about the training, since I've been doing most of the training, is that with the one that I would like to do, that it benefits the town in terms of plan review, outside, on-site soil inspections, and some of the things that I do with Jim.
Okay, why don't we discuss that at the next meeting when we discuss this?
Absolutely. So that's the one training that I'm interested in, but I also want to say that I'm encouraged by some of the stuff that some of you all have done, but I would also welcome other people doing some of these trainings with me.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, we also have minutes, so let's consider the first set of minutes, which are
January 22nd.
February 10th, do we have January 22nd?
Yeah.
Brett,
Yes, sir.
I have,
Oh, I'm sorry, Bill.
Scott Wodzinski came in and saw me today, and he was looking for somewhere to store some of the cots that the MRC got, because they're not all fitting in the trailer, or they have them in the trailer, but the trailer's fenders are practically rubbing on the tires. So he has to get some of them out of there, and I suggested, because I have no room in this building whatsoever, and I suggested he could possibly use space in the garage at the police station. And he was going to go talk to Matt about it, and if they discuss it, and that's what's going to happen, I can find a place to put them over there.
Thank you.
because they
Okay.
can't all stay in the
If
trailer.
that doesn't work,
Right.
I think there's some other options. The water department has a place over by the well.
Okay.
Oh, okay, he didn't,
Yeah.
maybe
But we can
he
explore
hadn't
those,
talked
but
to them
Police
yet, I
station
don't know.
sounds perfect. Part of it, we need to be able to get to them quickly in a
Right,
snowstorm.
and he said that it would be ideal for them because of the accessibility and, you know, there's always somebody there 24/7, so.
I don't have anything, no.
I just have one thing. I was contacted the selectmen, wanted me to speak to somebody who had some concerns about the snow stockpiled at the police station. I traded some emails with her. She was mainly worried about health concerns, and there weren't any as far as I could see. It was more, she might have concerns about a lawn or garden and that sort of thing. I offered to speak to her, and she never called back. I do think it is something we want to, and I'll speak to the selectmen about this, about coordinate in the future, because it seems between the Selectmen, Highway Department, the Conservation Commission, and the Board of Health, we may want to give some thought to those sites. So it's probably more of a Conservation Commission issue than a Board of Health thing, as long as they avoid wells, but,
And water department.
yeah.
And as long as there's no chemicals in the snow, that makes it easier.
Well, there's always chemicals in the snow.
So,
With the
Yeah.
limited detection we have, I mean, they're
Yeah.
going to be scraping up petroleum, they're going to be scraping up salts and that sort
Yeah,
of thing. It's
yeah.
low level, and it's probably
There's
lower than
always-
what you get by living next to the road, but it's still there.
yeah,
Right, right.
So
And I think
there
that's-
will be chemical in the snow.
yeah, I think that would be a good concern.
Okay, now, if there's nothing else, we'll move on to the minutes. Gino, what are the first set of minutes?
January 22nd,
Okay.
it's right here in the bottom.
So the January 22nd minutes, does, give people a minute to look them over if they haven't already.
I read it, anybody else read it?
I wasn't there, so I can stay out of this one.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think that one's fine.
Okay, do
Okay,
we have a motion?
make
I'll
a
make a
motion
motion.
to accept the
Go ahead,
meeting of
Gina.
January 22nd, 2015.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain as I wasn't there. Okay, next set of minutes is February
it.
10th,
February 10th.
2015. Give people a minute again.
There's a couple of edits I need to add to that, just clarifications, basically.
Okay.
So I have a couple.
Everybody all set? You have some concerns? Not
No,
concerns,
just some
edits?
clarifications, has to do with the Community Emergency Response Team. Okay, we don't have one yet, but we're going to be training and developing one over the spring. That's what I thought I was trying to communicate. We don't have one yet, but we're going to be developing one. So,
So I wasn't at this meeting, so what do you
oh,
want that
okay,
to say?
then I need to say a little more. Okay, the training,
Which paragraph?
I don't know what training has been rescheduled to March. I don't remember saying anything. There was no training. Oh, wait, there was. There was an Epi Strike Force training with Region 4A, Epi Strike Force, that has been rescheduled to March 31st. That's the one that she's referring to here. So it's Epi Strike Force training has been rescheduled to March. And then we will be developing a community emergency response team that will be working with the MRC over this spring, summer. I just didn't want anyone to read it and think we have a CERT team, because we certainly don't yet.
Anything else?
I'm pretty good with.
Go ahead.
Okay, with those changes, motion to approve.
Motion to accept the minutes for February 10th for the Board of Health.
Second.
Second.
I mean, as
amended?
As amended.
Amended.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So, accounts payable. What do you have, Shelley?
So there's that bill that you just have to sign.
Right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
What do I sign? Just anywhere?
I think there's one stamped approval to pay.
Can I do it, or do we have to wait for
Yeah,
Peter?
you can do it.
Right there.
Okay.
And then the other one, I think you said you were gonna table until next
Okay,
time.
so we'll table that about your recertification stuff.
what?
The one about your longer course.
You need
the
this?
certification
Oh, the
course.
certification?
Yeah, we'll table that one.
Yeah,
So-
and I'm not sure I'm even going to go forward with asking the board for the money for it, but I think it's a good topic for us to discuss. I want us to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, so it might split it or something like that.
sure. Correspondence, do we have anything?
Just-
Okay.
you
I think
sign
the
it.
permits have been around. If
Yeah,
anybody
right
hasn't
there,
seen them,
only
you've
two of
seen.
them.
Did
I'll
Bill sign
sign.
these? Did you
I
sign these?
haven't even looked at them yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing permits.
And while Bill does that, do we have an update on the community septic loan program?
Do, so, we have the betterment agreement for the first property, which has come back from town council, signed, and so, make copies here. And the only thing left was
Right.
the original form.
Put on it next time.
Yeah, we'll just wait.
Tracy.
The last page, town council sent
Save one
back
for
a
Peter.
revision to it, which is it becomes now 2 pages, that is what gets recorded. And so Jim was trying to, just talk with Chris Heap and make sure that this was in fact the best way to go, because it has 2 places where it needs to be notarized, so we were trying to figure out how the board was gonna sign it and be notarized all at the same time, because I'm not a notary, so it would have to be something that, either we had a notary come to the meeting when you're signing.
I'm a
you know, you
notary.
all- You are a notary?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
okay.
he notarize his own signature?
No, I don't have to sign.
No, but he doesn't have to sign,
Okay.
because 3 would be enough. So, well, I'll let
great.
Jim know that, because that would be the easiest way to do it, would be to have the applicant come into the meeting, board can sign, the owners can sign, Gino can notarize, and then it just gets sent back to RCAP, and they record it, and then we can process disbursement.
Gino, you're not going on vacation soon, right?
No, when I do, I tell you. I'm
Okay,
drinking.
so we can maybe put this on the agenda for the next meeting before Gino goes
So,
anywhere.
since the last meeting, so an update on the 5 sites that were approved back in August. 36 more now has the betterment agreement, so they're just about ready to get their money. 33 Hartwell, she was just waiting for a couple more documents to get that finalized. 9 Fletcher Lane was just about ready to be processed and the betterment paperwork done. 20 Maplehurst submitted his application, and the last site, she has not submitted her application, but I did talk to her last week, and she's going to be working on getting that in the next couple of weeks.
And 20 Maplehurst was the man who came a few
Yes.
times ago. Good. And what Fletcher? What number?
9 Fletcher.
9 Fletcher. And where are they again?
They have submitted their application, and she met with them on the 15th. There was a couple extra documents she needed, which he gave her on the 15th. So his betterment should be coming through probably within a week or so.
Okay.
And we did get verification that they do not run a credit check, because that was one of the things that the board stipulated was not criteria for it, because it is a betterment assessment. So it's just a standard loan application that had some questions on it that pertain to different things, but.
Has that been transmitted to the gentleman who was here at the last meeting?
Yes.
So, okay.
So that's where that is. I don't know if the board wants, well, you don't have your stamp.
I don't know, here, no, if I can bring it.
So,
If you need it tomorrow, I can make it tomorrow.
Well, we all need to be here, so probably maybe we can put it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Yep, so this one, and then we should have maybe another one ready for that one, too.
Oh,
But I'll let Jim know that, because that'll be helpful, because
Yeah,
we're
just
trying to figure
remind
out how
Gino
to
to
do
bring
it
his
all in
stamp,
one
too.
night.
Yeah, remind me again. I don't usually bring it with me every day. I lost one time, I had to, yeah, be surprised.
What was the one before 36 Hartwell, Shelley?
Did you get 9 Fletcher?
Yep,
33 Hartwell, 36 Moore Lane.
36, okay,
36 Moore Lane is the one that's ready to be signed.
yep.
Okay, I see it right here. Yep.
Any other questions on that? So are you here for anything in particular? I don't want to leave you out of the discussion.
Yeah, I saw, it's community septic along on the agenda, I just wanted to comment on what was going on.
Okay.
I submitted an application last year, I guess I didn't make the top 5. And I was wondering, is this something that's gonna happen every year, or is this a one-time event and one and done, or is there an opportunity to do it again?
Shelley?
It sounds as though there's an opportunity for, there's a certain amount of money that's set aside, and so the board selected 5 applicants based on their highest estimates, and now that it's starting to go through, some of the, they're not always taking the highest estimates, so once we get all the paperwork processed for the first 5, the board can see if there's still money left in that first fund, and then they'd keep going down the line and select more, and then I believe to get more, it's just a matter of whether the state is still offering the program and just reapplying for it to do it again, but.
Outside of the meeting, can we tell people where they fell on this, or
Oh,
applicants? I
yeah.
mean, so, we don't have to do it now, I'm just thinking, maybe you want to talk to Shelley and figure out where you were on the list and what the issue may be.
We had talked a couple months ago.
Okay.
I can't forget where I was.
Oh, are you on
18 Lincoln Drive.
18 Lincoln, yeah,
18 Lincoln,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we pretty much knew we'd have some kind of a margin. We built in a big margin when we selected the 5. And so once everything goes through, then I think we'll be able to figure out how many more we can do.
And I mean, really, now that it's, all the paperwork it's been a long process to get this going, so I would suggest if it's still a program that's available, to keep doing it, because it was a lot of work to
Yeah,
get
definitely
it-
if there's
to
state
get it
money
moving
available,
again.
definitely lobby to get as much as you can. I think it's good for the town.
No, we'll go as much as, if it's available, and I have my doubts with the budget, but if it's available, we'll go after it and keep you in.
Now, the funding that isn't used, Shelley, rolls over to the next year, right? It
Right.
doesn't disappear.
This funding, I don't think disappears.
That I don't know the definite answer to. I don't know if it has to be used within this fiscal year, or if it just stays open until we use it all. I have to talk to Bonnie about that. Which is why this last one, who hadn't submitted her application, we contacted her and we asked her, are you still interested in doing it? Because there are other people that are interested, and, we want to get the money out
But
there.
if there's excess, there may
Right.
be opportunity to fund additional people through this round, right?
So, I told her, I said, even if you're not looking to install your system to the fall, get your paperwork processed, just so that those funds have been set aside for you, so that, so I'd say probably within maybe a month, the board would have a better sense of what that number of the 5 is.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still an opportunity, hopefully, and we will look for more next year if it's available as well, so.
Great, thank you.
Anything else on that? Other business, I guess. We have an update from Jim on Bennett Orchard.
Thank you for coming in.
I'll try to do a synopsis of this. Shelley, jump in if I get it wrong, but essentially Bennett Hill, they had to do a nitrogen plan for that to make sure too much nitrogen wasn't coming off the property. They went through all the DEP paperwork. I think everybody's in agreement that that DEP paperwork was done correctly. However, because of the proximity of this development to the town well, where about half the town's water came from, Jim was concerned, is looking for some additional due diligence work to be done to quantify or qualify the potential for nitrogen to get into that well water. We've had a couple meetings with the proponent of the project. The last one, we pretty much agreed that he would go to a subcontractor who would do some hydrogeological work to try to do that. As I understand it from Jim's most recent memo, he's spoken to the contractor, and basically for the scope that we provided them, they will not, he's of the opinion they will not be able to give us any useful information out of what was proposed. Is that a fair synopsis, Shelley?
Yep.
So I think what Jim's recommending is essentially we don't move forward with this, and that would mean we could return the $6,000 check to the Sandersons. So this is going to take a vote, I think, to return that, and to basically halt our efforts to look into this further. I frankly just, I'm not sure anybody really knows how we can better qualify or quantify this potential. We certainly met the state requirements, there's nobody questioning that.
I'd like to make a motion that we return the $6,000 funds that were provided by the developer to, excuse me, have a peer review in, due to the fact that it's going to cost an exorbitant amount of money to get more information to make any qualified input or have any qualified input.
So we need more information.
Well, I think the problem is, we simply, we don't know how about better qualifying this, the potential risk from runoff. And I think we've met the state requirements, and at least the expertise we have on board between the developer, us, DEP, and Jim. I'm not sure there's additional work that can be done that will really help us make it in our decision-making. I think we've got all we can
That
get.
would be cost-effective anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I think that any further work that they do will be predicated on them doing even more studies, because they don't have a baseline. So I agree. So,
There's going to be more study, okay.
so you
I
made a
second.
motion?
I made the motion.
I'll
I
second
second.
the motion.
We vote that at the same time.
It's fine, I
Yeah.
don't care.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I'm glad this
So I
was.
think their
found
lawyer
out.
made the attorney, he's never gotten a check back, so.
I get to make a good phone call tomorrow.
That's right, good news. Yeah, I'm glad that he was able to sort this through. I know it took a lot of time, but.
Well, I mean, I feel a little bit badly, we've had him in here so much, and I think we've probably paid a few attorney boat payments out of these meetings, but this really is the first time we've had this, so I think we'll know better next time as we go through it. DEP just kind of put this off on the boards of health recently, so this is the first time we've been, and I think we'll know better what we're doing
Yep.
next time, so.
His engineer pretty much hit the nail on the head
Yeah, he said it.
when he said that it was going to open a bag of worms, and they would have to do so much more research that it wouldn't be
And even then, I'm not-
economically feasible.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm not sure we get a clear-cut answer.
No, probably
So-
not.
Yep.
Any other business? Motion to adjourn?
So moved. Well, I'll make a motion to adjourn, because you can't.
No, I'm asking for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
The shortest meeting.
25 minutes, all right.
The shortest meeting.